My girlfriend had a bruise on her work trip on her thigh. My girlfriend for 2 months now was on a work trip in Denver. 2 days ago, we were FaceTiming, and I noticed a bruise on her outside thigh. I noticed it while on video with her, and she acted weird. I don't really care about her, but she for real acted out of the ordinary. First hint was that when she FaceTimed me, she was in her underwear. She was on the trip for 3 days now, and whenever she called me in the bathroom, while she was taking off her makeup, she was in her shorts, but this time she was in her underwear, as if she wanted me to see that. When I asked her about the bruise, she started looking at it, as if she didn't know about it, and told me she must have hit something but didn't notice. Also, she kinda slipped up, and said she saw it after she was out of the shower that morning. She'd been sending some photos during that day of her nails breaking and other minor events, but she didn't send the bruise, which kinda seemed off to me. If who saw it that morning, who would have sent it to me. I kinda started thinking she might have cheated on me, but I held it off for a bit, although she noticed and told me we've been hard on each other lately, and me questioning her bruise is a sign of untrust. Third hint was that the next day, out of nowhere, she started sending pictures of everything she was doing. Like literally a photo every 30 to 60 minutes, which seemed really off to me, as she didn't do this before. I kinda forgot about it, because I was missing her. Also, my friend told me girls with iron deficiency get bruises out of nowhere all the time. Today she was back in town, and I told her to visit me cause I was busy working. She walked in, and I started making out with her, and out of nowhere she told me the bruise got even worse. When I pulled her shorts to look at it, it had a darker T in the middle, which for me didn't look right. I'm an engineer, and if you hit a table, you would not get a T. It's almost impossible, as the angle gotta be really tight and not normal. The first thought I had was she bruised herself with a T object to make her story more believable that she hit a table. Although when I asked her if she hit a table, she said she didn't remember. To leave such a bruise, you gotta remember the pain. Am I crazy? What fucking object you can run into and leaves a T? I couldn't handle it, so I kicked her out. I'll attach the photo and you guys tell me, am I crazy? Or is my gut feeling that never failed me is right? I just noticed this community doesn't allow photos. Fuck. Story 2. Wow, I just got a front row seat. While my shop is in between City Hall and a few other big buildings, there's an American Express building, then in is Workman's Comp building, then there is a insurance company. Anyway, just east of my shop, there is a set of steps that take you up to those buildings, and they have a huge parking garage. But out front there is a few parking spots for visitors or deliveries. Well, when I get to the garage, I see a little car pull up next to a parked car. As I'm walking by, a woman gets out. Just as she does, I hear tires. Sounds like someone is in a hurry. This truck comes flying out and parks right behind them. Both. It was this guy's wife. He was fucking pissed just out. He is yelling at his wife. I told you not to talk to this fucking guy anymore. Then he runs over to the other guy in his car, breaks the window and pulls this guy out. Say, I better never hear your name again. You sob. You're not going to ruin my family. I will take you out before that happens. Then he slams the gut's head against the door, and this guy just falls to the ground. His wife is screaming and crying the whole time. He starts in on her again. She's saying she is sorry and in butch of shut, but she was defending this other guy more or less. That pissed the husband off. Even worse, he tells her, you better not come home tonight. If you do, there will a bag sitting Joe on the front porch. I'm done with this cheating. Shut do. You can do's someplace else to live in Ficklick for a divorce. Tomcrow. Oh God, she starts screaming. I will make it up to you. I don't want a divorce. She's trying to stop this husband from leaving. She is begging him not to divorce her. He jumps in his truck and drives off. It was like 7:45 p.m. All the employees leave at 4:30, so she had been out cheating for like 3 hours, and the hubby was sitting in the garage waiting for her to return. It was almost like a movie. I was the only other person around. Story 3. Husband, 40 meters, acting distant since traveling for work. So me, 30, and my husband, 39 meters, have been together for almost 9 years. And he only recently just started working out of town a couple hours from me. Since he's been working out of town, He seems pretty distant on phone calls, hardly ever has anything to say to me, and when we're supposed to meet online to game for the night or afternoon, he always takes a lot longer to get online than he says. Like example, today he got home at 12:15 and called me. He knew I had an app at 2 o'clock, but he only contacted me to get online at 1:20 after he said he'd only be 15 to 20 minutes for a shower. I told him I didn't have time to do anything until after my app, which only usually takes 45 minutes, but I couldn't get a hold of him for 2 hours. He said he napped and didn't check his phone, then went to the store. I said that's fine, but then he took forever to game with me again. I told him my app was canceled and rescheduled for 5. And then he didn't call me until 4:30. It seems like he doesn't actually care to talk to me at the end of the day when he comes home, and he'd rather hang out with his brother, roommate. I also caught him taking to an ex-girlfriend. March, I confronted him about a friend's suggestion on Facebook, and he admitted it was his ex, and she added him in December of last year, which was during a rough patch of our relationship. She lives in the city he now works in, and he now wants to move there. Please give me opinions. What's going on with him? Is he cheating on me? Is he fading from me with distance? Advice, please. Story 4. My boyfriend, 32, cheated on me, 25. We were together for 9 months. I found out my BF cheated since at least July. It was about the time I moved out of the city we both lived in. He said he was awkward with the distance and was willing to make it work. It would have only been a 2-hour commute. He was texting this girl. There could have been more. And I saw those texts one night. He never even said he was sorry. He didn't try to stop me from leaving. He let me drive home hysterically crying at midnight. I blocked him immediately and ignored all contact. It is taking every fiber of my being to not call or text or FaceTime. We talked every day for the 9 months prior. We loved each other, or at least I loved him. This is my first relationship. How do I get past this pain? Does it ever get better? How do you just accept never talking or seeing someone you used to love and talk to so often? Why do I know that he is a bad person yet still missed him? How could he look me in the eyes and say he loves me every day? I think he has Peter Pan syndrome, and that led him to self-sabotage and force me to end things because I wanted him to grow up and move on, and he was too cowardly to end things with me. I am so sad. Does it ever get better?